and then find the intro. Wait a minute. This is the intro. But I'm gonna let it play anyway. I'm just kidding. Okay, intro time. Hello! And welcome to the Byzantian Brewscast, possibly brought to you... No, brought to you by an eyewitness intro for no reason. But if Eyewitness wants to sponsor us and do like an eyewitness tabletop games,
still making
would be...
books.
Yeah, we'd be happy to do a virtual museum of tabletop role-playing games.
I'd make that.
Anyway, yes, this is the Byzantian Brewscast with your host, Kenny Jackson, and Byzantian Dev, and we're coming to you live from sunny United Kingdom, Birmingham area, with your weekly
Sunny
dose
overcast
of...
United Kingdom.
Yeah, with your dose of tabletop and roleplay content, and homebrew content. And it is raining, but it's fine, it's sunny somewhere. Hello. How are we?
I'm okay. I've been at a thing again this morning, down
Nice.
Whittle, for Acorn's Hospice. That's been nice. My body is full of strange supplements and free running shots and things like that. So I don't think it knows what's going on.
Uh,
But I feel all right. I feel okay.
good.
What have I've been up to? Oh yes, there was the Volunteers Week down for Birmingham Hospice. I was invited to. That's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I won some sort of some in-house things, some got recognised for some of the charity stuff, which is a nice little surprise.
Hey.
And so many free chocolates and sugary things, and not good for me, but very nice. The Solid Hill shop is huge. I had no idea.
Mm.
What else have I got to? Yeah, that's mostly it. Oh yeah, and I caught up with some people on. When did I send that message to you? On the Morshu Bible thing. I was in the pub for that. But I had to tell someone who would be interested.
Morshu.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. What have you been up to?
So I have been in places. It's a stupid thing. I was
That's
at a
good.
garden centre on Friday. It was nice. I got to see some bumblebees and some fuchsias. If you know fuchsias, they're a very strange looking flower. They're kind of more of like a droopy type of flower with like weird. They've got like like the pollen bearing things. They're actually like external.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird.
Oh,
But I went there because I was looking for bird baths, and the place didn't have bird baths, but it's fine. My nan had a good time though, and that's the main thing.
okay. So were the bees part of the garden centre, or they just happened to be there?
I think they just happened to be there because there's loads of flowers, so
Fair.
there's that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Saturday I was at a cafe with our good friend Mr. Michael.
Oh yeah.
We were actually talking about Warmag, because the magnet company
Oh yeah.
that was at the expo, because they handed him one of their postcard things, because he was looking at for Saga stuff, getting some magnets so he can interchange parts for his models.
That would be nice. Don't have a drill for it, but that sounds
Because it's
okay.
like one of them. It's like, oh, because late Roman has like different helmets to like mid Roman.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh, it
It-
makes it a much
knows.
easier thing to just swap them over if you, rather than buying a whole second set of miniatures, just get magnets for the heads.
Yes, it's yeah. Late Roman, early Rome are wildly different.
Mm.
You can't really interchangeably do that unless you've got magnets or something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been an interesting week. I was gonna go out more on Saturday, but it obviously pissed it down with rain all day. So that was.
Is that right?
But I have been up since about 12 but I woke up. I went to bed about 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. But I did get some stuff done in that time, which we will talk about in a
Oh yeah,
bit. Um,
I did.
actually, actually, we might go into that in our very next section, which is
I,
usually
I,
the
I did,
big
did that
project.
bit. I did that bit. I couldn't sleep, so I put together some of the Gundam Assemble stuff. Just sitting there.
Hey.
It was all push fit, so just had to, and it still had to like waggle it around a bit to get it in.
Mm.
I think some of these kits aren't made for my fat European fingers,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it got done. It got done.
Anyway, shall we move into our big project section?
Yes. Um, it I've settled on to the it's settled on Atlanta, I think, for the big projects. Just been adding bits and pieces. Expanded the cave a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm designing like an entry level dungeon that feels like sort of intro section,
Hey.
but I'm not marking it like a video game. It's like a
Yeah.
you are here, explore, and you because it's a game with where the average item has an actual use, it will be more freeform.
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of designing all the important rooms and then going, combining it with some of the maps that I literally drew by hand and go, yeah, just do with that information what you will.
That
Because
makes
the
sense.
factions do exist, but if you don't know about them, I mean, what are you going to really do?
Yeah.
Um, I am working on that though. I did a leader for a faction that I have an idea for. They may or may not be important, but I'm not going to plot that. My logic is I'm not going to plot which factions are going to matter and which ones aren't yet.
Yeah.
That will be the players doing that with, what they do.
Hmm.
I mean, they're going to be in the world, sure, but the
Yeah.
players will dictate what actually ends up being important and which peoples get to survive and which ones get killed in a random, confused, misunderstood identity. Yeah,
Makes sense.
but sometimes it's like the game doesn't really judge you for doing that because they're a different tribe.
Yeah.
So,
You could do what you want, my guys.
pretty much, it's like there is an alignment system, but it's less strict, and
Hmm.
so it's
Because a
it's
lot of it's
okay.
just like, yeah, a lot of this is just survival. So,
Pretty much. So, I mean, yes, there is a way to be evil, but it's like amoral rather than evil.
yeah.
And it's tied to your personal morals or tribal morals, I guess.
Hmm.
It's it's I like it. It sounds like it's all up in the air, but there is like it's just like soft alignment rather than rule of law because it doesn't
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
have law for the most
Hmm.
part. So writing it can be a bit weird,
Yeah.
but I'm enjoying the challenge of it. And did a couple of new beasties.
Nice.
Um, yeah. What do you put together?
So I've done quite a bit on the Look Outside stuff. We
Oh
now
yeah.
have one of the first main sections of the game done in terms of homebrew stuff. So we have the hotel bar area.
Oh,
Ground floor bars when run by curse. The party must get through this section in order to get the reception area. The first main progression check of the campaign is the idea. So one of the first
okay.
main progression checks is get through the bar because the bar section directly leads into the reception, and that's where you need to get keys and stuff to actually access upper floors and other rooms. So there are barflies, obviously. They are just basic
Yeah.
mooks. They've not got high health, but they can drink from their own like little beer bottle proboscis things to heal some stress, gain 1 point in fight, but lose 1 point in acrobatics and lose 1 point in notice because they literally get drunk from themselves.
I like to imagine their wings are far too small for their bodies.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have the barfly swarms, which are like basically a lot smaller. Basically, the barflies are like really big. Okay, person turns into a big fly thing. The barfly swarm is where you turn into a swarm of smaller but very similar looking things.
They all look like you, which is super strange.
Yeah, yeah. They can fight. They can disengage because they're a literal swarm, and they have a shoot ability, which which makes the opponent that gets shot drunk, which, yeah, increases your fight if you get hit by it by 1, but reduces your acrobatics and notice by 1 for 10 rounds. So again, it's like, oh, okay, this might be good, but might also be pretty bad for you. And then we have the Gargantuan Tenderfly, which is the hotel bartender, now a hideous fusion of man, pest, and beer keg. I like the idea, you know, like the back bit, the abdomen is just like a beer keg.
I like to imagine the bartender just got loads of arms and still somehow can't serve everything quick enough.
Yeah. They have a little bit extra stress. They have 5 stress, which is very low, but, you know, they're a basic boss. They have 1 mild, 1 moderate consequence. They do get 2 fate points to use because they are an early level boss. They resist ballistic, electric, and physical. They are weak to fire and frost.
Very nice.
They basically get the abilities of the other 2 barfly, so they can drink or they can shoot. But their shoot also deals poison damage instead of regular damage because their alcohol is a bit stronger, I guess. They also get fire breathing, so they can, like, you know, grab a lighter, set, and, you know, hot, spicy alcohol breath in your face. I actually got that idea from, of all things, what's his name? Not Tomizawa, the other one. I can't remember his name. But that guy from Yakuza Like a Dragon, the homeless guy, who's just like,
oh yeah,
he puts like 90% proof alcohol in his mouth, lights a lighter, does fire breathing. This also inflicts burn if overflow is +3 or higher. Basically, you know, if the overflow of the check.
Okay.
They can also call for help, which is report check 3+ to summon a barfly or barfly swarm, so they can bring in adds. They have a stunt, which is boss's privilege. They can take 2 turns each round, and they can take a legendary action for a fate point, which means they can take an extra turn after an enemy finishes theirs.
That makes sense.
And then I finally finished the final boss stuff, so I did the second phase for Nigel, which is up here somewhere, yes. So he gets a lot more abilities. So he gets a buff to basically, he gets a buff to his health, fate points, and his stats. His aspects are now Professional Grifter, and he gets a new one called Unwilling Cavalier, because he's now like half horse. He is now an unwilling centaur.
But does his horse half get easy frightened like real horses?
Probably, yeah. You could probably invoke that. His attacks now deal an additional 1 light damage.
Okay.
He can do Lance Riposte, which is a better version of Guard, essentially. So increases physique by 2 until its next turn. The first attack that misses this round, counter-attack with Fight, so he gets a counter. He can Charge, which is move and attack with +2 difficulty. On a success, stun the target.
Right.
He has Holy Flash, which is his first magic attack. A single target, magic versus will, blinds the target and deals 1 light damage. He gets Gaze, will versus will, which inflicts panic. He also gets Boss's Privilege at this point. He gets Legendary Action at this point, except it's a passive version, which, you know, so once per round he may make 1 action after enemy finishes their turn, and he gets his normal abilities. And then finally he gets his final boss version, which increases his stats even further. He gets Ascended Beyond Lucidity, Heavy as the Crown, Golden Gleam, Commanding Presence, and Sensued Execution. So he has a full board of aspects now in the third
Very
fight. His fight or shoot now deals additional 2 light damage on a success. He gets Poison Point, which is a difficulty +1 at fight attack, which deals poison damage instead and inflicts poisoned. He gets Acid Flask, which is shoot difficulty +1, inflicts acid damage and acid burn. Lance Riposte is still here. Charge is still here. And then he has a button. Then he has his normal stunts, which he had in the previous version. But then he has Resurrection for 1 fate point. Fully revives a fallen ally. So he has that annoying thing. So he will start the battle with like 2 of his lesser guys, and he just brings them back. And then he has an obligatory second phase. When this creature takes a consequence for the first time, restore its stress to full and unlock second phase abilities. These include a bunch of D&D inspired stuff. So he has Firebolt. Ranged magic attack, inflict burned on hit. Freezing ray, ranged line magic attack, inflict cold, which is, is in you make the opponent catch a cold. Mind spike, which is a ranged will attack, deal psychic damage to either physical or mental stress, inflict confused if the damage it dealt is 4+. And then, of course, we get Divine Smite, which is a new mechanic called charging. Essentially, you roll, store the result until you reach the cap, in this case 20. So you're like charging up on a big attack. So you add the result and keep up until you reach that cap. When the cap is reached, make a magic attack on a single target with 10 dice. You may re-roll minuses once, inflict stunned. And meditate, they have a meditate ability which allows them to recover a fate point, so they can, regain their stuff to use their other abilities. In their second phase, they also get the Winged Angel stunt, which is passive. Treat all movement as flying, can hover. And of course, so that they gain and then Meteor, which is an AoE field effect stunt, which costs a fate point, which costs 2 fate points, initiative top each round. Make shoot attacks of +4 to all creatures, including your own allies. Deals fire damage last 3 rounds. Because of course I had to add the joke is there's a lot of different references going on here from Final Fantasy to D&D because yes.
If you're gonna give him that Meteor, I think you should be able to just avoid it by just walking away because it takes so long.
Dude, yeah. But it's also to only shoot attacks of +4, so by this point that's not that strong. Because it's not made by him, it's made by the meteors themselves, so it doesn't really get a massive bonus.
So he's not really summoning the meteor, they just sort of happened meteors.
Well, yeah.
That's really...
It just kind of like manipulates fate to cause the meteors to happen. Well, I figured that's at least like one of the final bosses potentially done. And then I added a bit to the mausoleum area as well. So I added the post-game basic enemies to that area.
Okay.
Which are, let me go down to the thing. We have the Behemoth, the classic. Basically, this is a more advanced version of the Eternal Eye that only appears here. It's also a Kingdom Hearts reference, because the Behemoth is also a end-game enemy / post-game enemy. They have specific... So the gimmick with all of these is they each... All the special enemies in this area have some sort of ability that has final in the name.
Oh. Okay.
So this one has Final Cut, which is a fight check with 8 dice. If 0 minuses are rolled and you win as in you win the check, deal maximum damage instead. So this is basically an insta-kill attack, or insta-down. It's like, basically this is the Tonberry of the group. So
okay.
But the chance of it actually, rolling...
Pretty low.
Yeah. Then there's the Praying Mantis, which, is a unique enemy to this enemy area as well. They also generally have decent stats. This one, for example, has a +6 magic. They have fight, they have bloodletting, so they can fight with +2 difficulty, inflict bleed. They can sneak, so they have the ability to hide, to make a stealth check.
Yep.
They get a weaker version of Divine Smite, so they get a ranged magic attack they can do, which is charging 10. Their final ability is Final Prayer. This is a difficulty 10 magic check, so not easy to do, even with +6. On a success, fully heal yourself or an ally, otherwise heal half the rolled result to an ally. So again, these are like the annoying-ass healers of the post-game thing. Essentially, you want to kill these guys as quickly as possible. Gank the healer.
Okay, makes sense.
Then there is the Rattling Ronin, so it's the better version of the Rattling Elite. They are... But the joke with these is they are, disadvantaged with their peers because they go with more samurai stuff. So they formed a secretive order within the confines of the mausoleum. Their whole gimmick is they have final stance, which adds +4 acrobatics for a number of rounds equal to a will check. Each time a melee range attack misses them, counterattack. This does cost them their 1 fate point. It costs them 1 fate point. They do start with 2. So they are the annoying ass constantly counters you attack boy.
I like to think they're really bitter because they spent all that time studying the blade and just want to tell someone about it.
Yeah. Then we have the Super Glooper, which is something I made a version of just to go with it as well. So there's a normal version of this. They are basically a creature made out of glue. So they are sticky. Their whole thing is they can fight, shoot, they can harden themselves to increase their physique by 1 for 10 rounds. They can't move that round, so they can't make any movement before or after they use this ability. But that can stack, so they are the tank of this particular area. They have Living Wall, where they can move in front of an ally, taking aggro and damage for them this round. They have Stick Around, which is their passive. Contact and attacks immobilize the target, preventing them from moving until the end of their next turn. They may still act. So essentially it kind of sticks their attacker or target in place.
Fair enough.
Their final ability is called Final Gift. Costs them a fate point. They can give a target ally +4 physique for 10 rounds. This kills the Super Glooper. They basically sacrifice themselves to do it. And then finally, we have Party Vine, which is a strange variant of the Bunterling. Those guys that are, the Union Jack thing, except they're plastered in rainbow colours and birthday confetti. They are a party version of the Bunterling, so it's party bunting. They have a +6 to resources. They make 4 fight attacks. Then fight is still not great. They only have +2 to fight, which for a post-game is pretty lackluster. But their fight does have reach. It will ensnare a target on a hit, preventing movement into contested physique versus physique check is passed to start the target's turn. They can swing around, so they can treat their movement as flying this round. They get +2 acrobatics at the end of their next turn. They get Assassinate, but they must be behind the target to use it. They get a fight with a +1. On a success, deal poison damage instead of poison the target. They have Party Bag, which is charging 20, so this takes them quite a while to do. But they get to roll resources. If under 20, it should be under 20. They can obtain any consumable item and use it on themselves or an ally. So it's like, oh, they could grab an elixir and heal themselves. They could grab a combat syringe and give one of their party members extra turns or whatever. So these are like the second priority after the healer. It's like, if the healer is dead, kill this guy. Their final ability is Final Flash. It is not Vegeta's attack. It's a 1 fate point contested magic versus will area of effect. On success, blind all enemies for a number of rounds equal to the overflow +1. They basically go all really shiny and blind you with rainbow colours.
Okay.
But yeah, I've done quite a lot of that. I still don't know what's going to happen in the middle of the campaign yet, but I've done the beginning, I've done the end, I've done a little bit of post. I just need to fill the middle bit now.
That depends where it's set, really. That's with look outside.
Yeah, and I also am working on the moment. I am working on the sewer stuff for the Ravnica maps, but I'm going to build it in a modular style. So it's like, you could put this basically anywhere. A lot of the exits and entrances aren't marked as going anywhere specific, so you can use them however you need to. But there might be some bits, for example, there's a cistern section which I plan on putting a small boss in. Because I like the idea of just like, okay, you're going to want to attack this guy with ranged unless you really want to brave the little walkways, little like metal walkways into the centre of the cistern.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's what I've been working on this week. Let's move into our what's it called? Critical Fumble. Yes.
Suppose in the realm of bad news, as of 1st June, obviously John Blanche has died. One of the most very influential Warhammer artist. Put some of his art in the chat from like the
Ah.
he did the infamous Sisters of Battle artwork with the power armor with the literal high heels.
Oh,
It's a thing at the
wow.
time. So a lot of his classic art is his. It's like the grimdark stuff, and he's probably died on the 1st of June.
Oh,
So a lot of people have been talking about the old art they liked from him, and he used to write an article on White Dwarf for years, just for him painting stuff because he had a very odd way of doing it.
Ah.
But again, if you look at his art, you can tell he had he had an eye for it. Yeah, so that's I'd say to put that. But in a slightly funnier one, I think I put a link there for you to have a little, just listen to it a little bit while I'm going. There's WWE has unmanned AI channels.
Oh, I've seen this. Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, there's the AI voices that they're using on the official WWE channels can't. You have trouble saying the phrase "what WWE" in the middle of a sentence
Yeah.
without before having a mental breakdown and making sloshing noises
Yeah.
like minutes at a time.
And it's funny because it breaks it up with like that breathing. It was like that. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's like Donald Duck like being waterboarded.
Yeah.
So I've had a load of fun listening to those. I found through Joel's stream as he's been doing that lately for
Yes.
some reason.
Yeah.
He played that really bizarre golf game. Did you see it? Did you catch that one?
Which one?
The Slice and Hawk. There we go.
Oh no, I haven't seen Slice and Hook. Oh, is it as
Oh,
bad as Outlaw Golf?
no, it's actually good? Question mark. It's
Right.
super 90s in that they figured out we can make a weird golf game and we can make it super crass and a little bit gross
Mm-hmm.
and make it ever so slightly scary, but not really scary because it's
Yeah.
too weird. Is that yeah?
Oh no.
That it's a trip. Yeah. What's a good fumble that you found this week?
So I do have one sad one, and I will have one funny one. The sad one is I would like to give a heartwarming rest in peace to Simo, the Yu-Gi-Oh content creator, who passed away a few days ago from, I think it was colon cancer. Apparently he beat it, it went into remission, and then it came back really aggressively. So,
Oh,
rest in peace, my dude. He gave us the amazing concept, which is called of a format, which is Master Duel Masochist. If you've heard of that,
no. How was that played?
essentially, you start off. You don't pick up any of the free cards. You don't pick any. Well, you ignore the structure checks. You ignore the free cards. You start off with 5 master packs. You build a deck out of 5 master packs, possibly 6 if you don't get enough to make a deck. And then each time you win a duel, you can open a single extra master pack. So you have to start off with basically nothing.
I kind of like that. That sounds fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's definitely very grindy, but it makes you have to like really think outside the box because you are pretty unlikely to get more than say 2 cards of a specific archetype.
Oh yeah. So you're basically playing the game as Joey Wheeler had to do in the very first season of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, or like season 1 you say, because like he got his
Oh,
like
God,
proper
yeah.
stuff stolen and had to pick up stuff from the floor and stuff. So yeah, rest in peace, Simo. You were great. You did massive things for the Yu-Gi-Oh online community, and we hope you are doing well on the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. The funny one was the coast is in the news again.
Yay!
This is less a bad critical fumble and more a haha funny critical fumble. So the new Marvel sets spoilers are coming out, and just look at this artwork.
Let's have a look. What have they
I will
done?
DM you it.
What have they done?
They have given Speedball balls.
Speed. That is a deep cut.
Yeah, that right.
Yeah.
You
Do you
could
know what happened? Do you know what happened to Speedball? Like later,
no. What happened to him?
he got a new identity after fighting to save a bus full of kids called
Oh no!
Pen. I want to say it's called Penance, and it's so edgy. I need to drop it in.
Oh no!
I have to show you. It has a deep cut though. Like Speedball.
Yeah, but if you look closely at his art,
So
he has a
what's he?
bollock line.
Oh, he does. Why
It's
did he?
just the weirdest thing. It's like yes,
He's very
Speedball's balls.
he's very happy about it as well.
Yeah, which
Like,
as
he
I
is
guess
just
is
thrilled.
pretty canon. Um, there's also a critical success to mention. So you know that I balked before at the Marvel Secret Lab having unique stuff.
Yeah.
They are reprinting them in the set,
Oh,
which is nice. So you can get a hold of that annoying ass, formerly really expensive Iron Man card, which is nice.
that's good.
So if you missed it, guess what? You can get the card now, which is pretty good. What else is there? Yeah, it's just good. There's also been some other reveals which are a bit stupid. Um, the Ultron card is pretty good actually. Ultron basically is a on legs version of a card called Mirrorworks, which has been pretty good. Um, and then you have this. I just something is slightly uncanny about this art, and I don't know what it is. But also, it's kind of mid, which you know what? That's pretty accurate.
Look, right, just dropping an art. There we are. Um, Captain Marvel. Oh, that's Captain Marvel too.
Yeah,
They've they're given her very rosy cheeks.
right.
It's a bit like you know the art what you should see on like those old pub signs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. Let's have a look. Yep, put plus one.
She's also
That
really fucking terrible for a mythic. So you can
five.
only use her
One.
power up ability once, which is way overcosted for what it does. And yeah, it's like, okay, she's basically otherwise a French vanilla with fairly lackluster
Ugh,
abilities. Yeah. So
that's not
okay,
great.
she is if you pay what? If you pay
Oh,
7, she is a 6/5 flying lifelink indestructible. Great.
yeah.
Great. Sure. The other
It's a
things
lot.
is Kree is probably not going to be a particularly supported creature type. Humans don't really care about massive humans. They care about lots and lots of small humans. And I don't know what like abilities or support the hero archetype's going to get. I'm going to guess not a massive amount.
Yeah, but again, it's again magic making loads of different archetypes and making like 3 cards for them.
Yeah, it's just like this is a terrible card. It's like this card is not good.
The
The
artwork is
Mjolnir is funny though. Mjolnir is funny. Mjolnir has a unique version of equip, which says equip worthy.
okay.
Look at all of the restrictions on this card.
Let's have a look. Oh, on there. Yep.
It's pretty decent. It's just like that is a very weird equip cost, equip
No,
restriction.
that's thematic, and
It's
I quite
thematic.
like
It's
it.
just like okay, sure. So it has to be not a villain, red and or white specifically. Okay, sure. And you can also discard it to, I guess, um, bolt everyone or shock everyone, which is quite funny. We also have a few versions of different characters. So we do have the boy himself, who is fine. He is fine. I kind of wish he was a little bit better, but he's fine.
It'd be funny if Thor couldn't use Mjolnir because of the color. Just forgot.
Yeah, that would be pretty stupid.
Let's have a look. So, when he enters exile target equipment from your graveyard,
Hmm.
wait, so they could Mjolnir him that like on play, I guess.
Yeah. We also have another deep cut, which is also a pretty stupid card. Like, as in not good stupid.
Oh, that is a very deep cut. That cape is crazy. What's going
Yeah,
on there?
it's like his abilities are negative. Basically, you have to give an opponent a free body, which is a pretty good free body, and it's like for a card that is he otherwise isn't that great. He's not
He
that
creates a
great.
thing. He creates a thing that can almost beat himself,
Yeah,
which is a choice.
yeah. It's like this card is not worth playing because you have to give your opponent essentially the evil version of this for free, and he doesn't. All he does is be a flying, vigilant, indestructible vanilla boy. That's not worth it for giving your opponent a
Nope.
free thing that's basically the same thing but not. That's
Well,
just not worth
format.
it.
Although at least he's like 4/3 mana and a white mana for 5/5.
Yeah.
It's better than Captain Marvel's requirements.
Yes. Um. At least we also have another one which is a bit confusing, but I guess thematic, but not. Again, not a fantastic card, but I guess sure.
Let's have a look. Quicksilver. Okay, yeah, there he is. Uh, I'm trying to figure out which version of the character they've gone with. This
Yeah.
one, right? Okay, if he's in your opening hand, you may just play him.
Yeah. So
Cool.
he is essentially a 1/1 for 1 with a terrible power up ability, which doesn't really do a lot. Okay, you can make him a 2/2 double striker for 5 mana. That's not
That's a
that worth it. That's
no,
really not that
no.
worthwhile. I think the power up mechanic is like really, really stupid. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's kind of at least it's a mutant, so weirdly works with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. I think
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
something.
Yeah, it's like sure. We also have another really weird one. I don't know if I've already. You might like this one. It has a dinosaur in it.
Oh, I okay, yeah. I don't know which was Devil Dinosaur. Let's have a look. Human Dinosaur Hero. We will draw a second card each turn. Oh, that's actually quite good.
Yeah, this is actually
Okay.
decent. It's also just
Yeah.
a weird one because it. I mean, to be fair, Simic, the cards in these colors are almost always good because Wizard seems to print broken green
Ooh,
blue cards all the
blue.
time. I
Yeah,
just
that's
find it really
yeah.
funny. This is, I think, the second instance of a dinosaur hero specifically because there was also this Spider Rex.
Yeah, so that's a very niche card typing.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Again, there's some of those characters I know literally nothing about.
Yeah, there's also just some really, again, weird deep cut stuff in this, which I like, but it's also just like, who is this set for?
Yeah. Okay. So right, this one, these people know this one. I'll give it that. Yep. So human soldier hero. That seems fine. You make an named sturdy shield with equipped creature. Okay. What? What? Okay.
Not
Sturdy
fantastic, but
shield.
it's fine. It's one of them. It's like this is okay.
What? those quotes in the right place? I'm reading something mental.
Yes, because it's with, so it gives it. So the token has this ability. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um, what else is in this set which was really stupid? Eh, I think that's kind of it. I mean, there's some really. Oh, there is in fact a Ronin. We do have a Ronin.
It's be Silver Samurai.
No, it's in like the hero Ronin. So
Oh, right.
Hawkeye,
Okay.
which it's weird how he isn't a double-faced card which transforms from a Hawkeye. Just saying. But
That would be interesting. Let's have a look.
yeah,
What's he do? So he's
it's
black.
actually
Man, it's
pretty
not
good for a
ridiculous.
uncommon.
That's actually okay. All right. Yeah. Actually, what's going on with this art?
Hmm.
I thought they was throwing no, I thought there were beams, which are like throwing a load of random stuff.
One weird thing that I find really weird is they went for comic versions of a lot of these, and then they went for specifically MCU Nick Fury.
Yeah, that is funny.
I guess it's because like he's so well known because Samuel Jackson, So I
Yeah.
guess it's like he just became. Because I remember like back in the day, people were like, oh, the white Nick Fury, who kind of just looked
Yeah.
a bit of a chud actually. And then like Samuel Jackson like just reprises the role of the character, and he's just like, yes, yes, this is the most Nick Fury person ever.
It just has Samuel L. Jackson. I thought. I guess he just looks like
Yeah,
that now.
no one else but Samuel L. Jackson, I think, could in real life tolerate babysitting a bunch of superheroes.
Uh, and that happens to any character though. Samuel L. Jackson plays them, and that just becomes Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. But he's actually got a decent ability. He cares about putting heroes into play, which that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
He makes heroes cost less. Yeah. So overall not terrible, but still some
Uh,
very confusing
do you
stuff.
want? Do you want some like some slightly depressing comic book lore?
Yes.
So you know how like Speedball comes like penance. It was in the 90s, believe it or not, as
Uh
well.
huh.
Because of course it was. So as a result of failing to save like a bus full of children, 'cause he wasn't
Mhm.
fast enough,
Uh huh.
he decides to make a brand new, very scary, edgy-looking costume for himself.
Yeah.
And it's got spikes, but they're on the inside.
Mhm.
So every time he's literally hurting himself
Oh.
just to use his powers
Mhm.
out of like set like a level of guilt. I can only like imagine like do you ever watch the Daredevil movie?
Yeah. That was
That
still a
that's
very good movie.
I love that movie. It's not good. It's basically this guy this whole like plot reminds me of that whole scene where they play Bring Me to Life over like a training montage.
Mhm.
It's the only way I can imagine it without 'cause it just seems so edgy, but so of the time I kind of like it.
Mm.
Also, I did that. Turns out Bring Me to Life was written for the movie,
Uh huh.
so that's just weird.
Hmm.
At some point, he just becomes Speedball again. He just had like a depressive phase and started to hurt
Uh,
himself.
and I
Comic
will
books.
I will finish off on this one
Yes.
card, which is a very confusing one.
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
it
There should
obligatory
be.
Thanos, but weirdly enough, it's comic Thanos with the movie Thanos ability. Figure that
I
one
didn't
out.
have. Oh, I didn't have the Thanos copter.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. MTG. They must have done it. I hope they
But they did.
have. Please tell me they did the Thanos
Oh,
copter.
what that power up is like a lot to put in.
Yeah, so it's like it also makes him ironically 5 colors despite being not 5
Oh,
colors. If you wanted to run him in Commander, you could run him in a
it's
5-color
odd what
deck.
even
But his ability is just not fantastic.
it could be good,
Yeah,
but it requires a lot of weird planning.
yeah. It's also just like that costs 6 mana to do so in all. So the other thing is as well. You not only do you have to run all 5 colors, you also have to run
Oh
stuff that
no.
specifically makes colorless mana, because that is a thing. It
Yep.
can't. So. Yeah, you have to run. You have to run colorless mana producing things in a 5-color deck, which is already a big ask, to maybe make him bigger once and then blow up every other creature. Which, by the way, can blow up your own stuff. It can't blow up himself, but it can blow up your own stuff.
It's odd or even.
Yeah.
So like, okay, I mean,
It's
it's a lot
like
of work.
you could probably run everything else being even numbered creatures, but then it's just like, what if your opponent is doing the same thing by accident?
Yeah, I
Your
mean, you
ability,
could.
your game plan does nothing in that case.
It's an effect you could avoid by just being lucky and having a number of cards that you just picked by choice.
Yeah, I would have said that it would be better to be like, okay, for each of the creature, flip a coin, and then destroy them if the coin flip does.
Yeah, that's 50-50. That's closer
Yeah,
to the movie.
it's just like, but also it's like, why are we going with the movie ability on the comic art of the character? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, that is certainly a choice. Wait, hang on. Why is why is Thanos worse off than Captain Marvel? He's a
I don't
4/4.
know. I don't know.
What is power scaling? Nick
Another
Fury is
funny thing
apparently.
about
Yeah,
this card is there is a giant version that exists somewhere. There is a
let's have a
giant
look.
version.
That Thor is also so 5/5. So in a 1-on-1, that's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I guess he does have death touch, so he will always kill whatever he's in combat with. But that he also doesn't have indestructible for like no reason.
Ugh. Yeah, that's a strange choice. Also, is that painted onto the wall
Yeah,
or something?
I guess so, or like painted printed onto the wall. It's really weird. Why is there a giant wall mural of Thanos the card? Like, why don't you just put the art itself on there and not the full card? I don't get it.
I want a whole deck like that.
My
Just to
entire
paint the whole deck on the
my
wall.
deck is a building. What do you mean your deck is a building? My deck is
It's
a
on the
building.
walls. Shuffling it is the hardest thing, though.
Yeah. But
The
yeah,
whole system of pulleys.
that's what we've seen so far from Magic's Marvel set. It's a weird one. It's a little weird. It's sure, I guess. We'll probably
Yep.
see even stupider things later. But moving on from that, let's move on to Homebrew of the Week before I rant too much about stupid stuff.
Okay, yeah. This was an Insectoid. It was on the wheel a while,
Yes.
and I accidentally stumbled into a lot of this stuff. So to did you watch the I forget which gaming award it was, but or gaming show. But there's like an announcement of stuff that's coming out.
Summer Games Fest?
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
And and they're doing a remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica, which was a
Yeah. I was
nice
like, oh,
coincidence.
interesting.
I'm kind of glad they're remaking that because I have rewatched someone play it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's an interesting game with a lot of problems.
Mm.
Mostly, how much do you know about that game? 'Cause it's kind
A
of
bit. I know there's some
out
like
there.
really. I know there's some really weird monsters in that one.
There are,
Isn't
and
that the one where
there's
the
also
plant is from?
no, that wasn't the first one.
Ah.
It was no, that was one with Steve Burnside.
Oh yeah. That was. Yeah.
I'm kind of glad. I don't blame the voice actor for that. I blame whoever gave him direction because
Mm-hmm.
it was very 90s. He was very 90s before in
Yeah.
that he was a very painfully uncool character. So I'm glad they're doing him again over.
Mm.
I am wondering how they're going to handle some of it though, because that plot. How do you mind spoilers for a 26-year-old game, or
I
can I
don't
just
mind
go on?
spoilers for a 26-year-old game. No. Go
Cool.
ahead.
So there's a big plot point in it is that the main one, the first villain you see, there's like two in this.
Yeah.
Um, Alfred has sister Alexia, who you're led to believe doesn't exist because he's pants sweatingly mad and like literally, wig and dress and everything, like, and then thinks he's his dead sister,
Oh.
which
Okay.
is a whole thing. Um, But then it turns out that Alexia is in fact alive, but frozen and experimented on because it's Resident Evil, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how that rolls. So I'm wondering how they're going to handle that plot point in the age of self-identification,
Hmm.
because it's framed as he's clearly mad and dresses up as his sister that he thinks is dead.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that.
Yeah, it's very Freudian. Like it's hard to tell if he loved his sister and is like subservient to her, or he's like actually into it. It's very like blurring that line.
Hmm.
But that's why like I'm glad it's getting remade because it's the plot's so weird. It just wasn't handled right the first time.
Hmm.
Also, pre it's got like like steroids Chris, which would be really interesting to see again if they're
Hey,
going to go down that route.
Chrissy
So
boy.
that'd be fun. Yeah, so
Hmm.
that game's full of insecty bits. It's like there's a whole insect motif, and um, that I just looking for insects for inspiration. I came up with a thing for Lancer
Mm-hmm.
for my very specialist brand of mechs. Call them the Firefly.
Hey, nice.
It is not based on a Firefly. That it's based on. If you know about the assassin bug.
Vaguely, yes.
The short of it is what it does is hunt it will hunt a lot of smaller insects, not to
Yeah.
eat them, but to literally create a sort of carpet of like dead insects to attract insects it actually wants to eat,
Oh, okay.
which is very weird. And I thought, what's the mech version of this? And I decided that the best way it would do that is it's got really advanced like communications
Mm-hmm.
sort of systems in there, really good sensors, and it can mimic call signs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it mimics call signs, and it can like it can ping them as if they're in danger.
Hmm.
So what is its whole shtick is they deploy them in teams, and they have like really high capacity weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So they will find a dead call sign, try and ping it, and if it gets any bait,
Mm-hmm.
and then its only main range weapon is just a huge beam cannon.
Oh.
Some you know would be helpful person sent out to find a missing patrol just gets a face full of laser cannon
Mm-hmm.
from from multiple mechs as well.
Mm.
And because they're sort of bug shaped, thought why not give them sort of like weird like beam or heat mandibles? Because there's a lot of humanoid mechs in
Yeah.
everything. Thought why are they all humanoid based? Let's make just a weird little like mech bug.
Hmm.
I went a little bit about the pilots. So like the kind of person that would pilot these is kind of strange.
Mm.
because they are good at following orders, but they are very particular at doing it their own way.
Mm. Makes sense.
They're also sort of people think they're lazy, and that can very easily look that way
Mm.
because they're so used to doing nothing while they're waiting for stuff that it looks like they don't want to do anything when actually they're just super patient.
Mm.
They also tend to really, really like fishing, anything that requires a lot of time. So weirdly well read, love to fish, kind of boring guys that seem to live life in slow motion. But it's
Yes.
just because they spend literal days and weeks waiting for just about anything to happen. Because the way their mech actually works, it's made for having the element of surprise.
Mm.
I just thought a really funny way to handle a specialized mech that is made to not operate alone or with units that can do more basic stuff around them.
Yeah.
Uh, so what else have I got in there? The actual thing that makes it do its thing, though, it's got retractable profile, reactive weave, so it's nice and stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Not great heat capacity because it only has to. The idea was it only has to do its thing once or twice.
Yeah. It's like an
But
all or
it's
nothing kind of.
oh yeah, it's totally committing everything into that one ambush. If it that's why multiple of the same thing. It has a mimic array. So as a quick action, it can mimic any other mobile unit, call them mobile frame because that's what I that's to call them, I guess.
Mm.
Within 12 inches or tiles, it could just mimic the call sign. They can,
Mm.
and it can also use once that's done, it can use a quick action to ping that signal to its location, but it doesn't appear. But it appears with the call sign it just chose.
Mm.
So if you didn't see a mech get taken out, and you don't know, you like fog of war rules or something,
Mm.
it could fake its own call sign and lure you into 2 or 3 different thermal land shots to the face because you got a little too close. Yeah, so that's the Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what have we got for this week?
So I did a little something for the Ravnica stuff because again,
Yep.
the Guildmaster's Guide doesn't have enough stuff. This is the Spire Mangler, which is a large insect. So they are just generally online. Basically, they are bird hunting insects, and they
Oh,
look a
cool.
bit weird. They look a bit scary actually. They're not perhaps the most dangerous things, but they are like
Yeah,
pretty
right.
creepy looking. Essentially,
So
what
look
they
at them.
do is they spear. Hang on a minute. I just realised I've.
Ooh, they're fun.
Basically, what they do is they spear you with their tail, or
Yep.
in order to like get your attention, essentially, and weaken you, and then they will mangle you. They will slash you with their mandibles in order to ablate your armor, which causes you to lose your natural. Basically, it deals if it hits, it deals 1d10 slashing, which deals that much damage to the target's armor as well, and that creature loses natural and class armor bonuses for a minute. So they
Uh-oh.
slap their prey out of the sky and tenderize them once they chase it to the ground. Many have applied for culling contracts to deal with these insectoid beasts. I like the idea of them just being a really large pest because everyone rides around on griffins in Ravnica to get around.
Yep.
And these things like hunting those specifically because they are big. They are
Big
genuinely
bird.
big, domesticated birds. So if they get the drop on them, that's a big meal for them right there. I also like the
Oh,
idea they just completely ignore the now dead rider. It's just like, yeah, I'm not interested in that. I don't eat people. I eat the bird. This poor bloke is just like floor concrete, just floor pancake. The insect just moves on, having eaten the bird.
yeah. That's animals for you. It's like food.
Yeah. So you're not
You are not
on
food.
my prey list, but the thing you're riding is. I wonder if that's ever happened with like horses. Like lion. Hey, that looks like a weird zebra. I'm gonna go eat that. Oh, the
Yeah,
weird thing that's attached to it. Not so
yeah,
interested.
probably.
But yeah, they're very basic. They are CR1 creatures, so they're not the most threatening thing on the planet.
There's loads of them.
Yeah, there's plenty of them though, flapping around. I also like the idea of, again, it's another threat for potentially flying creatures, because technically, because it's a bird eater, Aracocras would be among its prey.
They look like birds, right? So
It looks like a bird, has flesh like a
bird.
bird. We'll eat it. It's a bird, right?
Yeah, it's a bird. Also, I love the idea of like you can just be flying on Riffling Ravnica and some bug will just slap your mount in the face.
Yeah. Or like spike
Visually,
slap your mount to the floor. Just just see you later, dickhead.
just fly by slapping.
Yeah. But yeah, they also do have something akin to pack tactics. At the top of the first round of combat this creature is engaged in, it can give an allied creature with a fly speed +2 to any attribute for 1 minute.
Oh,
So they
okay.
basically can boost each other or other flying things. So they could potentially also work together with other insectoids.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Basic, but kind of annoying.
To be fair, that can work. I think I mentioned Northern Journey a few times. There's a load of enemies that are just basically insects. They're actually the most annoying things in the game because they're really hard to
Yeah.
hit. It's like giant bumblebees. You think they would be dangerous? They're super annoying
Hmm.
because they fly around a lot and just hitting them is just a pain in the bum.
I also like the fact that this is something that's not necessarily affiliated with any particular guild in any way, shape,
Oh
or
yeah,
form. They're just there.
they're just endemic life. They're just animals that just knock about.
Yeah.
And
Which
also, that's the
again is
biggest
another
problem.
thing that isn't in the book at all. There's very few. Yeah, this is just an animal that lives in this plane.
That's a classic D&D fifth edition problem. Is there's not enough random wildlife.
Yeah.
Well, what lives here and is not necessarily created by some mad wizards. There's loads of stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah. So that's my Humper of the week. Let's move on to our close. Oh, the wheel.
The
Before
wheel,
I
of
forget
course.
the wheel.
The wheel is slowly spinning. We have passive aggressive, multi-tool, fear and hunger, spinning round. Glass cannon, D tier villain, and obscure sports.
Hey.
Most of these are new, so I want to get something on. Let's have a look. It's obscure sports.
Oh, it's time for some
I love
ultimate
obscure sports.
frisbee.
That would count. Yeah. I was hoping to land on that one. I love obscure. So the UK is full of just the weirdest rural sports. We
Yeah.
have some people. Everyone, cheese rolling's kind of sane compared to some of them we got, like wife carrying, bog snorkeling. Yeah, all sorts of weird sports that just are played in like one village in England somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a closing.
Pickleball.
Yeah, black pudding toss.
Caber toss, I guess, is pretty obscure because they only happen in
That's a bit
Scotland.
more hardcore than black pudding toss, though, isn't it? Really, it's not really comparable.
Oh,
They're
what
not-
was
they-
that one? It was like boxing chess or something. There was like
Oh,
the
chess
actual...
boxing.
Yeah, chess boxing.
Yeah. You're around a chess and around a boxing.
Another one I think I saw, which is technically a sport, I think it was like underwater Scrabble or underwater Monopoly or something. It was in the Guinness Book of
Monopoly?
Records. Yeah, it was like
What about the paint? What about the notes?
I think it was like all laminated. So
What to say? What? That's really funny.
what was it?
I don't know about that one.
Underwater Scrabble. Is it underwater Scrabble? I think.
I believe it underwater Scrabble.
Yeah, Underwater Scrabble is a recognized novelty variant of the classic word game where players wear scuba gear or snorkels playing a submerged, waterproof, and weighted board. It's now hosted by local diving clubs and universities. Scuba Scrabble.
Of course. Wait, could you be, in theory, very good at scuba Scrabble, but not very good at regular Scrabble?
I guess.
I don't get it. Where's the scuba gear? Trying to play this.
Oh my
So,
goodness! I just love the idea. There's an obscure sport for you.
that's very obscure. I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah. That's for closing thoughts. I've we've finally got around to finishing watching the not quite Critical Role knockoff that they've been doing, that the official D&D Hell was doing, and I was whelmed the whole time.
Just whelmed.
It was again a case of I'm almost kind of glad they're not doing a book of all that stuff, because it felt like they did like a Spark Notes version of their own work.
Oh.
So it was advertised as like introducing a whole new like domain of dread,
Yeah.
and there's a few new monsters, but they don't really go into much detail on like why the sort of entirely why the realm is the way it is. They don't really go into detail of what it's like to be like John average person in the realm.
Sorry, I love that term, John average person.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Just like there's no like.
Yeah.
Understand? There were like there was like maybe 10, 12 hours of that in total, so it's not that long. But when they were trying to sell, they sold this as like a whole new setting. I was like, okay, I want to know tell me a little bit about this place. I feel like I didn't. Strahd was in it for like 2 episodes. We know that guy's deal. So maybe knock it down to about 8 hours of like new stuff. And the ending kind of felt like they needed to end it, so they sort of just did.
Yeah.
Because they did a fight with Soth. He can kind of kick some ass, but the character's level 5, so it felt a little early. Like he's supposed to be like the main guy of the realm.
Yeah.
He can literally. It's like unlike a lot of villains, he can literally control the like entire aspects of that entire realm. He's not just cast a few fireballs and stuff. He's like, oh, I dictate who can leave and who can stay. You know that he's like near godlike power. And they beat him kind of embarrassingly easily.
Oh no!
For like plot reasons, and they did it with like a classic Hollywood style explosion. It was like, I don't think they will. I mean, I get why the character doesn't. But that doesn't. I don't think you've killed him. He'll just come back or something. You know, that's kind of how Ravenloft works. It's like if you kill Strahd, he comes back in like 10 days.
It's like and they kind of like banish him or something. Like
and they left that massive gaping plot hole of well, now what? Because we technically don't have a Dark Lord anymore, but who's going to replace him? Because someone's probably going to have to. So, but again, it's there's so many missed opportunities with it, and I just think I don't know why I was hoping for more, but like, for a minute you had me thinking you were gonna like expand on some stuff. So I was thoroughly whelmed, and if it were a book, I would not be buying it. At least it was free.
Yeah. So I have my closing thought, and that is I've just found the most amazing Google Translated Magic card.
Oh, Rosewater Stone.
Yeah, it's Rosewater Stone. He's back. Thanos, not evil.
Not evil. Definitely not.
Familiar item. Infinite crime.
I want that item. Where do I get this?
Dead soul living thing.
I like that. Give Thanos
to nature.
Okay. Choose a negative or positive number. What?
Destroy all creatures and put a creature of your choice on them with positive numbers. The true number is 0. Okay.
I don't know the maths for that, but I think that you can technically use negative or positive numbers, but that is a level of maths I do not understand.
Yeah. At least he doesn't. At least he's a card that can kind of beat the country deck, I guess.
Each ability can only be used once if this
Limited
limit is reached.
reach, the creature's cost is reduced. Okay.
But by what? To what? Whatever.
I
Uh,
just love that the flavor text has been churned to "I return to nature."
he really isn't evil. He just wants to return to nature.
Yeah.
But he was a dead soul, living thing.
It's a bit oxymoronic.
But he also does commit infinite crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Not
that is a
evil,
problem.
infinite crime. Okay.
It's a non-specific infinite crime.
My
Like I like
other
that.
Yeah, my other closing
Yeah.
thought is of all the things I was excited that I saw from you Summer Games Fest, the thing I'm excited for is Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. Because it's finally
Oh,
like the first like real Hot Wheels IP open world game. Which seems weird
yes,
they haven't done it yet.
that it kind of is. And I just saw a Drawfee video about some of the weirder Hot Wheels cars.
Hmm.
Wondering if how like the really odd ones they're allowing, like the toilet car. How about the toilet
Yeah.
car?
They've done a few different toilet cars actually.
I just
Is
looked
of
this up.
course. I think it's called Gotta Go. I like how I know
Of
these
course it
things.
is. Of course it is.
But I think this is the first time we're seeing anything remotely open world since I want to say Hot Wheels Velocity X, where it had like a few open world environments you could drive around in and find gears and keys to unlock more cars.
So sort of like Lego Racers 2, if you played
Hmm.
that.
Hmm. But this one looks like it's going to be a full map, where everything is in one map, which would be nice. And I guess you can
What's
like race people or look for things in the world. There's photo opportunities. And yeah, like
what?
yippee!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why are there 7 different Hot Wheels toilet cars?
I have no idea.
One of them is called Hot Seat. I don't want to know why
Yeah,
exactly, but
that's also in Hot Seat was in Unleashed 2 as well.
it's. I'm gonna go on a wiki and discover there's like 40 years of insanely in-depth Hot Wheels lore.
Yeah. Um
Oh dear.
but
I've
I
built a
think
budgeting app with base
Oh,
rate.
did you watch the video by Polygon Donut about weird Hot Wheels cars?
No, I saw Drawfee.
Ah.
They did a video of like drawing the driver of like weird Hot Wheels cars.
Oh.
So that's how I found out about toilet car.
Hmm. But yeah, there have been some particularly strange ones.
How much does he go for?
I don't.
$12? Twelve
Hmm.
dollars apparently.
Yeah.
9 to $10. On not much apparently.
Yeah, it's not a particularly expensive one. Some of these are particularly weird. So I remember one is the minecart. So there's a Hot Wheels version of the minecart from Minecraft.
Yep.
Perhaps one of the weirdest ones is in fact a car that is based on an actual car. Do you know the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
Yes.
There is a Hot Wheels version of that.
Oh no. Let's have a look.
It's the Wienermobile. I used to have one of them.
That's really funny.
Yeah. It's like, okay, sure, why?
I think you're gonna have to get this game and do a challenge run. Just picking the wackiest cars.
Like, try and beat the entire game with a specific car.
Oh yeah, Wienermobile.
There's also going to be Ferraris in the new game as well, which is nice. Because Hot Wheels has the license for Ferrari again now. After, like,
That's nice.
10 years.
What changed in like 10 years?
So basically, I guess Ferrari's become a bit more lenient with its intellectual property now because I think they've changed like CEOs or whatever, so like a bit more lenient.
Fair.
Because before it was like, yeah, you can only use our IP if you print do stuff which is only manufacturer colors. So you can't do any weird liveries or anything like that. You can only use manufacturer colors, which is a weird restriction.
I'm just imagining like a Games Workshop pulling this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but like you
You can
can't
only
paint.
feature Space Marines if they've got to be Ultramarines.
Yeah, that would be weird. Or like you can
Well,
only paint you can only officially field your units in like tournament play if they are if they are painted to be
chapters.
in official chapters. Like,
Yeah.
okay, sure,
All right.
weird one, but okay. What else is there that's weird? Oh yes.
Oh my god, I've watched this
So
stuff as
have you
well.
seen the fatbacks?
No.
So this is the fatbacks. They
Oh,
did them for
that's
like
very
1 year. They
exciting.
weren't particularly popular. I wonder why.
Oh,
The back
what?
is
Why?
fat.
It is in fact fat, but why is it fat?
I don't know.
I have a funny feeling I weirdly owned one of these when I was a child for some reason.
I think
I
they
don't
did
know
them. I
why I would
think
have had
one of
one.
them was available as a McDonald's promo.
Plymouth. Why? Why?
Hmm. There's also some really weird character cards. I mean, you've probably seen some weird character cards before. These
Yep.
are among some of the weirdest.
Oh,
It's glob shitter everyone.
that's a glub shit. See, that's funny because that one's recentish compared to
Yeah.
the.
It's like
So
why?
occasionally, do these films should just be like, hey, want to make a wacky car toy to sell because we could do that.
Yeah, I guess so. Let me look at more character
Well,
cards
I'm
because
just
character cards
thinking,
specifically are really weird.
can we get like Birmingham Hospice on this? Get like a head to your hedgehog. Just just get a photo with that of that the head and then just make this a car somehow. I don't know.
Oh, here's another really good one. Here's Goofy.
Oh no, that's goofy. It looks surprisingly normal,
Yeah.
apart from the colours.
Oh, here's something great. So instead of doing his like actual car that is used in stuff like Sonic and All Stars Racing, this is what they
Yeah.
came up with for Sonic.
Oh, they just made a Sonic shaped car.
This.
What,
Look at how stupid this is.
he's really angry.
Yeah, I don't
Also,
get it.
he's got like a weird like melty spoiler
Yeah,
and a second spoiler.
yeah.
Uh, okay. That is a choice.
Here's Tails as well, who is also
What
really,
have they
really
done?
weird. Tails is for some reason a K car, like a Japanese little compact car. For some reason.
Obviously, I mean, what else would he be? Uh,
And where would we be without the? Oh, sorry. Oh, crikey! The Minion
you
Mobile.
you like secret WWE AI the whole time. Just haven't noticed last hour.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, minion car. Um,
Yep, had to be a
you know
Minion.
what? That needs to be fatback though. Proves the whole thing. Um,
But
oh
yeah, like
dear.
Hot Wheels has some weird stuff. But I am looking forward to the new game. It's dropping in September, apparently.
Nice.
So that's my closing thought.
I,
Um, and on that bombshell.
I do have one more tiny
Okay.
closing thought, which is really silly, won't take long. So, with the volunteering thing mentioned at the start,
Uh huh.
um, So I've finally got my. I don't know how this got this, but after 4 years, like 4 or 5 years of helping them out, I finally have my ID badge for the.
Hey,
Yeah, you know who else has got a volunteer badge, an ID for that lanyard?
go on.
Hetty.
Hey,
Hetty has like a big laminated.
oh,
There's two, one for each version of the suit. It's really funny. Dear.
that's brilliant.
I love that. Yeah. We can go all night otherwise. Yes, that's been really fun. Yeah. So next week, more chaos as per usual, a lot more tangents,
Yep.
and the wheel again. Which
Yeah.
it will come back to.
So we are now going to
Right.
raid I'm Little Alien, who's playing Core Keeper, and we will see you guys in the next one.
See you next time.
Same
Bye.
insectoid time, same bat channel. We'll be doing brain rot. No, we'll be doing.
We should. How much money can we make from brain rot?
What was the wheel
Just
again?
asking. It was obscure sports. Let's go
Obscure
back.
sports. We'll be obscurely sporting next week. So join us then. And until next time, go
Don't.
and talk to your mother.
If you roll a lot of ones, don't actually gamble with money.
Yes.
Life advice. See everyone.
See you everyone. Bye bye for now.
Bye.